Welcome back to the Moose 1055. Grant Nichols hanging out here in the heart of Huntsville. Great to have you along. Now, one of the beauties about living in Muskoka, one of the things that we all love about Muskoka, why people come here to visit, why they come here to vacation, why they come here to retire, is we're surrounded with beautiful, beautiful lakes. And one thing that kind of goes hand in hand with lakes is boating. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that aren't quite sure how it works with drinking and operating a boat within our waterways. A lot of people know that it's not socially acceptable to consume alcohol and drive in our vehicle, meaning our car or our trucks or our motorcycles or ATVs, but there are still people that think it's okay to go out on our waterways after they have consumed alcohol. And I'm very fortunate to have joining me Mr. Roger Oatley, a senior partner from Oatley Vigman, associated with the Personal Injury Alliance. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Roger Oatley to Wake Up Muskoka on the Moose 1055. How are you doing today, Roger?
Couldn't be better, thank you.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me about this, because it is kind of a thing. I've grown up in Muskoka, and I've seen it happen. We've all seen it happen where people will be kind of gathered on a dock, enjoying themselves, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying some beverages, and then they decide to go for a boat ride or to go out water skiing or whatever it may be, to hop on a jet ski after they've consumed alcohol. And how serious of a problem is this within our society, drinking and boating?
It's a huge problem. As a lawyer who's spent many years acting for badly injured people, many of them unhappily in boating accidents, I can tell you that it is a huge problem. The evidence appears to be that a good deal of the serious injuries and fatalities that occur on our lakes involve alcohol.
And that's a very unfortunate thing. And I guess what I kind of wondering too is there are people that realize that they shouldn't be consuming alcohol when they are the person that is operating the boat, the ones that are driving the vessel. But as far as passengers that are within the boat, is it okay for them to consume alcohol?
Well, there's two things here. I think the problem is as widespread as it is because the social stigma that you mentioned about drinking and operating a motor vehicle doesn't seem to have sunk into the social consciousness yet as far as operating a boat is concerned. It'll shock you perhaps to know that the law takes it very seriously, and just as seriously as it takes drinking and operating a motor vehicle. And here's the big one. If you are caught driving your boat and you're intoxicated, you not only lose the license to operate a boat, but you lose your license to operate your car as well.
And I'm correct that that's also a criminal record.
It's a criminal offense. Yep, you're quite right. It can carry heavy fines and jail sentences depending on the number of convictions. It's a huge, huge problem. And as you were suggesting earlier with your question, you can be charged if one of your passengers is consuming alcohol.
Oh, okay. I did not realize that.
Absolutely. The simple, safe rule is this. No one in a boat that is being operated on our lakes can, within the law, consume alcohol. And if you are intoxicated when you're driving your boat, you're not only endangering the lives of yourself, your passengers, and others on the lake, you are also breaking the law in a criminal way.
How about if one is in a non-motorized boat, like perhaps a canoe or a kayak or a paddle boat? Do the same laws apply?
Any boat on our waterways, it's enforced in exactly the same way. A dear friend of ours not long ago suffered a heavy fine when she was out in her kayak and didn't have all the safety equipment in the kayak that we're supposed to have in our boats. And I can tell you, as I said, as a lawyer doing this work, that the injuries can be just horrendous. And if we stop and think about what we are risking when we go out not only with their boats, but with alcohol in our system. If you could see the photographs I've seen of people who've lost limbs and had their guts ripped out, and
wow.
The carnage that can take place when a boat climbs right up on top of another boat sometimes, goes right through another boat because of the high speeds and the lack of protection. We're much less protected in a boat than we are in a car. You know, when you think about how dangerous it is, especially at night, and the number of people who over the years I've seen leave parties, and they're not safe to walk down to the dock, let alone get behind the wheel of their boat.
Mm-hmm.
And the risk of hitting another boat or driving into an unlit island, it is just too big a risk to take.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, we all know that alcohol does impair our judgment. I mean, it's science. It's proven. It's a fact. There's no way to get around that. And that's the thing too. You know, growing up on these lakes, and I've seen it before too. I've seen people that probably should not, are too intoxicated to be, as you mentioned, even kind of walking. They get in a vehicle. They get in their boat. They're unfamiliar with the lake. They don't know where the shallow spots are. They don't know where the rocks are. And as you mentioned, they don't know where islands are, and sometimes they don't even know where the shoreline is. And you throw speed into that, you throw alcohol into that, you throw the fact that it's the evening, it's dark out. I mean, it truly is a recipe for disaster.
It certainly is, and I can tell you that if people want more information about this, if they really are interested and want to check it out, my firm, Oatley Bigman, the McLeish Orlando firm, and the Thompson Rogers firm, we're the three law firms in the Personal Injury Alliance. Each firm has a very complete website which includes information about boating and the use of alcohol and boating safety in general. We got to have our license, but we should also have a complete understanding in this area and try obey the law and make sure anybody leaving your own home after a party is truly fit to operate the boat.
I thank you so much for your time this morning, Roger. You know, listening to you speak, I'm always saying it on Fridays at the end of my show. I'm always saying, no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing this weekend, please, please, please don't forget to take a little common sense along with you, because we are all guilty for forgetting that at times.
Great way to end this, yes.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Roger.
Pleasure.